Hello and welcome to episode 62 of my playthrough of Your Turn to Die. So in the last episode, we had started this game where we had to discover who the coffins were, and we saw that some of them glow, some of them don't, and then we found out that heat causes them to not glow, but there's a wrong amount of coffins that aren't glowing, so we're trying to figure out what's happening. We painted the coffins white. We're gonna find out. There should have been 5 that don't have it, but there's only 4 that don't have it, supposedly. So maybe after the very first heating incident, which would be after the hot cocoa mug thing. Interesting. Just speculation. If you watched last episode, you would kind of get what I'm saying. First up, when I split off from Sarah, all 7 coffins in the cemetery were glowing. Meaning someone painted him before we split. I imagine it would have to be Midori. Surely the culprit wouldn't be one of us. Wouldn't it get their hands or clothes when they applied it? This paint stuff. I sure don't remember seeing any suspicious activity in the cemetery. Could there not be a culprit now? Got it. The culprit's Maple. There must be some meaning to them being painted in the first place. We need more. I mean, so long as they weren't lit by the lantern, their color isn't even any different. True. See, when we couldn't go down to floor 4, she was there slapping on the paint. But wasn't the shutter closed and no one could get into the cemetery? Oh yeah, sorry. I imagine it had to have been Midori. Surely the culprit... Hinako. I'm sorry, I imagine... I can speak. I imagine it would have to be Midori. Surely the culprit wouldn't be one of us. There you go. There's Hinako's voice. Only Midori would get these weird ideas. What kind of intention did he have? Can he be bothered to consider it? Mario. Wouldn't it fit that get on their hands or clothes? If you want to confirm, I didn't even do that. Only page 1. It's so hard to scroll for only one page on this. If you want to confirm, just check if anyone has paint on their clothes. Not that you can see the ones inside coffins. Yeah, not very helpful. I sure don't remember seeing any suspicious activity in the cemetery. If someone was fiddling with a brush, of course, I would have thought, what are they doing, you know? Yeah, it's interesting that there's no brush, so it's probably when we all left the room. Somebody painted the coffins before separated with Sarah and the others, or maybe some other mechanism painted them. Since nobody saw nothing suspicious like that, it must have been much earlier. At the very start, before the death game began. No, I don't think so. Before it began? So basically, he reapplied their color to prepare for the death game. Midori must have had some old coffins lying around and they were painted. He reused them? Could there not be a culprit now? The culprit doesn't exist. In other words, a ghost now. A ghost of the person who, in that coffin, played a trick with... I was joking now. Stop treating me like a troublesome kid would. I mean, it's a brand new coffin, so of course there wouldn't be a ghost meow. Brand new. Huh? Big Sarah, you don't remember, Woof? Seaweed had said, I can't wait. It's now my first time using the fancy new coffin, meow. Interesting. Yeah. So he said old coffins, and he said new coffins, so that's a contradiction. Let's see who's right, because I'm not sure who's right. Oh boy. Alright, let's see it. Jin, you sure about that? Of course, meow. Then why'd it make, then it'd make sense when nobody looks suspicious. The new coffin would have been painted to start with. So it was coated with paint back when it was made. Possibly. Like the chocolate on chocolate covered almonds. Then, the coffins outside the cemetery too. According to Meister, Jin and Midori's coffins were both new, right? So Jin and Midori's coffins... both of their coffins glow. Exactly, Meow. That would make the coffins add up. Rather than 2 out of 7 coffins losing their glow. 4 out of 9. Yeah, it would mean Anzu, Ranmaru, Kaiji's, and 1 other coffin stopped glowing. There's just one we can't identify. But I suspect the last one would be among the cemetery coffins. It would be odd if it wasn't. Haha, now we're narrowing things down. After all, this means Midori is in one of the glowing coffins. So we picked a glowing coffin. Wait up. Same goes for Jin too. Oh yeah, then that's no good. Unless we got a way to distinguish Jin and Midori, it's still a game chance. It's true. 1 in 5. 1 in 5 odds that we hit Midori. If we just missed, that's one thing. But if we hit Jin, Jin dies. It's too soon to come to an answer. Come on, there's something important we still haven't examined, isn't there? The mechanical platform. Try taking a closer look at it. Alright. Using the machine. So it's interesting, you could have run 2 routes, but it makes you do the other one once you're done. Because this is from the very beginning when you could choose his route. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, looking at the platform. This part of the platform. It shows the number of each coffin. So where are the what are these red, round lamps beneath the numbers? Hey, whoa, don't go casually pressing that. Will you tell me about it? Of course, see, the lamps are a hint function. Hint? Yep, this is a game where you and Midori take turns selecting coffins, but before each selection you get 1 hint. Once before each selection. Can Midori use that too? Yes, ma'am, and I'm sure he will. And what exactly are these hints? Too bad, explanation ends here. Just see what happens and think about it. What? You're good at puzzles, ain't you? Do we have to use it? Sarah, let's test it out. You narrowed things down to 5. Can't make any more progress on that front. That's true. Then I'll explain how to use it. Put the coffin you want to use a hint on right in front. Then touch the platform. Alright. I'll choose one of the glowing coffins to use a hint on. But which one? I feel like for intensity purposes, they'd want to put them right next to each other, maybe 9 and 1. I want to hint on number 9. The one in Friends, coffin number 9. Should I use it on the hint on this? Yeah. I press the lamp. It lit up red. Oh. Wait, is that it? What's that tell us? Masakrella, calm down now. We can think about that together, Woof. Yes, you're right. Listen, we can't use another hint. If we don't hit Midori, it'll come around to his turn. We have to prevent that. Jin's life is on the line. It's okay. Even a simple lamp gives us information. For instance... the lamp's color. Color, huh? Think back to searching on this floor. We saw numerous devices with relation to color. That's true. Then we'll have to discuss what we can determine from the color meow. Right. If we all join forces, I'm sure we can solve this mystery. Let's uncover the secret of the color. The red lamp's meaning. Alright. The lamp says what's inside. Red means red blood, and that means there's a human in there. That's quite possible. Color, huh? Weren't those 3 buttons on Maple's back? Red, blue, and yellow. You know, I seem to recall seeing a message reckoning the colors red, blue, and yellow. I'm unsure if it's relevant, but when Mai did her own fingerprint scan, there was a color glow. I kind of feel like it's going to be hard to theorize just from the color of the lamp roof. What was it again? So you can't remember the message, okay? That's interesting. No, it sounds dumb, but whether they got blood is a big way to tell if someone's a doll or not. I think it's related to what you're gonna think of, but you just can't think of it yet. I'm not gonna use that yet, because it's kind of related, but I don't think it's like against each other, because that has to be a conflict, right? I feel it's gonna be kind of hard to theorize and just from the color of the lamp roof. What do we do if this isn't good, meow? Jin's uneasy. These buttons made a link between emotions and the colors, didn't they? Red is anger, blue is sad, yeah, I know. Blue is sadness, and then yellow is joy, right? Suppose that has anything to do with the answer? Emotions and colors. I'm unsure if it's relevant, but when Mai did her fingerprint scan, there was a color glow. That said, I don't actually remember what color it was. So there's humans in there. Mom says what's inside. Trying to see if there's anything that's interesting here. I feel like it's gonna be hard to theorize just from the color of the lamp. Red is anger. Maybe I put these guys against each other? Because it seems like the same thing. It's not gonna help. What you getting at there? Shoot, that's a mistake. Maybe an item would help us? Is using the lantern do anything for us? Not quite. Any other item that is helpful here? We gotta find an item that is helpful in somehow revealing to us how color is helpful. Does this help us? What's that supposed to mean? Okay, no, never mind. Not helpful. Okay. We got a note. Oh, here we go. This is the message, right? There we go. This is it. Is this what you saw, Sal? And that is? We found this note while exploring, which matches something that was displayed on the coffin control system. I see. Yeah, that's what I was pointing out. There was actually another log after, which had just the one body. I remember now. The colors were all laid out there. Blue, human, red, doll, yellow, vacant. Oh, and since it was in the coffin control screen, the colors will be information about the contents of the coffins, sure. So, the red color of this lamp. Red, doll. That means one of the dummies is in there. This is a huge hint, because everyone but Jin will be red. If we pick a red coffin, we can avoid hitting Jin. Is that really it? Sarah, remember the coffin control screen again. Specifically the message in the top right. Data log. Blue 1, red 6, yellow 0. Is this a record from when the contents of the coffins was checked? Yeah, we didn't do anything like that, meow. Maybe it records it automatically. If so, when was this recorded from? It's definitely before the banquet. It's definitely... Was it during the game or at the start of the game? It must be from when the game started. I'm guessing that that note was a printout of this log. And since the game says, this says game start, blue 1, red 6, yellow 0. That would place it at the very beginning, before Midori and the dummies came out. But wait, that would mean that there's 7. Had one human mixed in now? A human along the dummies. This? What? Who then? Who was it? I believe it. Look, let's calm down for a second. Can we be so calm about such a thing? See, like, doesn't it mean there's someone lying and pretending to be one of the dummies? Heck. What would that even do that for? What would they even do that for? What should I do? I don't know what this fact means, but I won't be able to fully trust the dummies at this rate. In that case, understood. Let's make it clear who the human is. Alright, we're gonna discover the human. Let's do it. Use the human. Dummies in Midori. The group 7's got one human in the mix. In terms of seeing human, my guess might be Maya Ranmaru. I replaced my whole hand, remember? Still trying to... Yeah, that's true. Still trying to call me a doll or whatever. Being able to take your hand off doesn't necessarily mean you're a doll. Wow. The dead dummies were given doll bodies, right? Hey, do you think there were cases where someone doesn't realize they're a human? We saw all their deaths in the victim videos. It's hard to imagine a human being mixed in. That's true. Is it possible they wouldn't be aware, right? It is possible they wouldn't be aware. What if it's just Midori? And I'm no exception. Maybe I could be a human. We all saw our deaths in the victim videos. It's hard to imagine a human being mixed in. You saw them too, didn't you? Everyone pictured in those definitely died. Unfortunate as that is. Being able to take your hand. Midori's hand came off too. But that could have been a prop to make it look like he was a doll. Prop, So are you thinking Midori's the human Himiko? I can't say that for sure yet. But just remember this, Midori's with the organization. He can freely use anything within this facility. So there's no such thing as impossible. I replaced my whole hand, remember? So trying to call me human? Hilarious. I even sprayed steam. Heck, is anything about me human? Is that all, Ranmaru? Right, and the finger you found me was a stun gun upgrade part. I see. So you used that on me. I didn't intend to harm you, believe me. The dead dummies were given to doll bodies, right? Nice to make things easier to think about. The dummies in Midori. That group of 7's got one human in the mix. The control system's got a color code. Yeah. If that's what's in the game, calling at the start, it's clear as day. There's a human in the mix. There's a human in the mix. Clearly there's anything in this facility. Cases where someone doesn't know they're human. I don't really know on this one. I'm gonna try conflicting the one about how they all had death videos and that he's saying that there's a human. Don't really follow. Shoot, that's a mistake. Do any of my items prove anything? I don't think they do. Yeah, I really don't think we have anything that helps us with that. What can we do? We can compare statements. Is there a case where someone doesn't think they're human? The dead dummies were given doll bodies, right? Nice to make things easier to think about. I'm supposed to conflict these two? A little confused. Is that what you want? No. Okay. Huh. I don't really know we're conflicting here. We've got... Do you think there's cases where someone doesn't realize they're human? Hard to imagine there's human mixed in the videos. Midori can use everything freely. Stun gun upgrade part. Doll bodies. Group of 7's got a doll in the mix. I really don't know. That's all I can do. The finger was a stun gun part. I don't know how that really helps us at all. Midori's with the organization. I don't really get this part. One human in the mix. I might just have to start just comparing randomly, just hoping I get it. There's cases where someone doesn't know they're human, or thinks they're human. Is there any way we can prove that? Does this papers? I can't look at them right now. I don't know. Dummies were given doll bodies, right? And he's like, these deaths had to be real, right? I really don't know what's the most helpful thing for us to do. What am I missing? It's possible you wouldn't be aware, maybe I could be human? Oh, that's a contradiction. That you think you can be human. And he thinks that you had too bad in the video. What? Okay, apparently that's not what we want. None of this really helps me. Got a color code: blue human, red doll, yellow vacant. I really don't get what's supposed to contradict another one. Is the stun gun supposed to somehow contradict something? Group of 7's gotta have one human in the mix. I don't think that has anything to do with the stun gun. If someone doesn't realize human, I don't think that has anything to do with stun gun. I don't think that has anything to do with stun gun. Can Midori freely use anything? Why does he have to have an ID card then? Oh, there you go. This is it. Finally. Oh my gosh, I was a little scared that I wouldn't get it. Alright. Hinako, I'm not so sure about that. About what? If Midori can freely use all the machines in the facility, why would he need to make an ID card? Well, I mean, maybe he didn't necessarily need it. He probably went and prepared one so that we could beat his challenges, right? No doubt he could use a face scanner or something instead of needing that thing. We never saw any devices like that. The only things we saw were an ID card scanner and a fingerprint scanner. That's right, even if Midori's with the organization, there were machines he couldn't mess with without a registered card. A registered card. And why were Maya's fingerprints registered? Huh? Hold on a sec, you suspecting Mai? That's wrong. Mai ain't with the organization. Stop letting your emotions do the talking, you wrestling old timer. Don't call myself around the knees now. Everybody calm down. We can't be looking for our villains. What do you expect? The most suspicious person is most likely to be human too, right? Well, it's not like I actually want to suspect a dead ally either. Alright. Let's prove it ourselves. That Mai's our ally. Alright, let's prove it. Let's see. Mai's fingerprint scan. I did think it was weird that Mai was the only one who passed the fingerprint scan. Mai looked like she didn't understand why her fingerprints were registered neither. And also, Mai's final moments clearly recorded in her victim video. It's all fake. Her attitude is not too. Maybe her role was to move the death game forward. She can be scary with how she puts on an act, but Mai couldn't become a villain like me. Mai had to believe she was a doll, which is why she stabbed Katara. That's interesting, that's true. She was just afraid of what Midori said. She's not a villain or anything, right? I couldn't recognize it as a fake video. If you saw it too, then don't you remember? Mai was holding 2 guns pointed at her head. Her pale face, her clenched hand trembling. It was just too cruel. It's all fake, her attitude's act. Did we actually see the end of that video when they shot, or did we not? Was it just a silhouette? Maybe her was to move the death game forward. I mean, it doesn't even matter, because it could be a doll either way. That's who Mai really is. Happily ever after, not. Hinako? I know what I'm saying is absurd. But show me proof to deny it. Okay, I'll try. Alright, let's see what you gotta say. Mr. Sao. I did think it was weird that Mai was only the one who passed the fingerprint scan. But is it fair to lump her with the organization over that? Mai looked like she didn't understand why her fingerprints registered that. Mai's 100% innocent. I can tell you I know that much. Katara trust her that much. Still, do you have any ideas? Did she attach a fingerprint part, or not? She hadn't attached any shady parts. She looked just like the Mai in the victim video. She hadn't attached any shady parts. Her gloved hands. Is that a contradiction? Did she have gloved hands? I don't remember. Let's just assume it's a contradiction, and then if it's right, then we'll be like, oh yeah, of course. And if not, we'll just be like, it's just a guess. I mean, of course, you know. Can I have a second? Are you sure Mai never attached any upgrade parts? Nah, she didn't. Kind of feel like she'd opposed, you know, feelings-wise. Then it's strange. The dummies have to look the same as the original humans selves, right? By comparing with the victim video, the Mai we were with had no gloves. Gloves? It's true. In the video we saw, she was wearing gloves. Yeah, it's weird, huh? Mai didn't have gloves on from the start, and if she took them off herself, we should have seen them in her coffin. Hard to imagine Midori forgot. I suppose that must mean her gloves were taken off to attach a part, perhaps. Say what? Something got switched out before she woke up? But you could just put her gloves back on after attaching it, right? True. That's strange. Why were only Mai's gloves not put on why were only Mai's gloves not put back on her, I wonder? They were lame. They didn't fit, I'm assuming. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Alright. Did the gloves not fit? The gloves shrink? I don't think so. The opposite. Her hands grew. You're saying it's because her hands got bigger. Exactly. The hands got attached to Mai were bigger than her original hands. I've come to an absurd conclusion, but to be consistent with the fingerprint scan, like the creation of Midori's ID card. This floor has been designed to suit the floor master, Midori. So then it's natural that the fingerprint scanner would also be configured for Midori. And Mai's hand, which she used for the fingerprint scan, was bigger than her original hand. As if it were a man's hand. Then, you're trying to say Mai's hands were Midori's hands? My hands were big. She's had seaweed heads parts, Mio? Not necessarily any old parts. We've discovered that blue means human, red means doll. Do you remember when she did the fingerprint scan? It glowed blue. Hang on. That means her hands. They're Midori's human hands. They what? Yikes. Kitari won't want to hear this, but it's possible that wasn't a fingerprint scanner. It might have been a blood tester that pricked the finger. You're saying there's blood in there? Midori, he cut off his own hands to attach them to Mai, and instead he equipped the rocket punch. That would give us an explanation where Midori's human and Mai is a doll. He's beyond messed up. That just ain't right. Can we really win against him? Against a guy who calmly cut off his hands. That also means Mai's permanently dead, by the way. See, we're listening, huh, Midori? It's so funny, I couldn't hold it in anymore. Hey, what's funny about this? I mean, everybody's so horrified. Well, won't you pick your first coffin already? I'm about to die of boredom. That's right, we have to come to a conclusion. Now we've got to choose. Right, we learned for discussion that Midori is an unbelievable man, able to cut off his own hands. He's a human, with blood flowing through him. Just like, supposedly, Jin. And 6 of the dummies are dolls. Which means, Midori's in one of the 5 glowing coffins. We used to hint on coffin number 1, which is 9, which is a doll. But Midori isn't human, so number 9 would be it. Which means, huh? So in the end, it's 1 and 4? After all that, this is where we're at. If Jin and Midori, well, I mean, we can just purposely guess wrong and then hope that they go for something. If Jin and Midori are both human, there's no way to tell them apart after all. What? No way. You can still narrow it down to a 1 and 2 from the hints, you know? Why does it have to come to this? Why has it come to this? We need to calm down. Listen, we got 2 options. Pick number 9, coffin, knowing you'll miss, or risk the chance of hitting Jin, and aim for Midori with 1 in 4 odds. You can't be serious. Well, realistically, even if we're through the 1 in 4 odds, we're just gonna miss half the time, so really it's just a 50-50. There's nothing left to reason. We have to think and choose. This choice could end up killing Jin. I absolutely can't choose wrong. There's no reason not to choose number 9. Defeat Midori. The one in front is number 9. Should I choose this? I mean, I think it's all we got, but we're going to have to find out in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like if you did. And if you really enjoyed, well, there's a button for that. I'll see you guys next time. Probably the final episode of this part. We'll see. Bye-bye.